the channel. So today I have a really easy recipe for you, and one of the things that you can ditch the box stuff from the store. It's probably my family's favorite side dish, or you can even make it into a complete meal, which I'm going to do tonight, by adding some meat to it. But what I'm talking about is gluten-free scalloped potatoes, now, or Au Gratin potatoes. Now you can do these regular without having to be gluten-free if you just simply add in regular all-purpose flour instead, or some form of a thickening agent instead of gluten-free all-purpose flour. So you're gonna need like 6 to 9 russet potatoes or golden potatoes, medium size or so. I am almost out of golden potatoes, and so the lazy way, I'd rather have the golden potatoes because I don't skin them, I just slice them right up into thin slices, but I'm almost out. So I'm picking out my golden potatoes, and then I am going to slice these up, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and some of them are kind of small, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in some russet potatoes as well, which then you have to skin them, slice them real thin, and get them into my greased pan here. Now this is the great thing, is there's really not a ton of measurement to it. You're gonna make a cheese sauce separately, and you can just add a little bit more to it if you need to, add a little bit more potatoes, and you're good to go. So if you need to feed a crowd, just add a little bit more, and you can. This probably feeds about 5 people, 5 to 6. So we're a family of 5 with a little bit of leftovers, but you can definitely feed more by just adding some more potatoes and maybe a little bit more milk to your cheese sauce, and a little bit more cheese, and you have more in your pan. So I'm gonna slice these all up and get them into my pan. Okay, now that you have all of your potatoes sliced up and in their pan, it's really easy to just whip up the cheese sauce. So I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of butter here in my pot. And I'm gonna turn it on, let it melt some, and then I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose gluten-free flour. You could do this with cornstarch if you don't have a gluten-free flour on hand, or if you don't need to be gluten-free, you could just do it with a regular flour. So there's lots of options here. You're just wanting something to be able to thicken your cheese sauce. All right, this is my homemade all-purpose gluten-free flour that I share in my digital cookbook, and I can link that for you. And I'm just gonna whisk this all up until the butter is all melted and it makes a paste or a roux. And while it's melting, I just go ahead and add in all of my spices right then. So I add in 1 teaspoon of salt, half of garlic powder, half paprika, and I just do a dash of pepper. You could do more, no real measurement there. And I go ahead and stir this all up. here of whole milk. And I'm gonna actually turn my sauce down to low. In order to get a non-grainy cheese sauce, you really want to do it low and slow. Now, in this recipe, it's not super important because you're mixing it with potatoes and all of that. So, but if you're making like a cheese sauce dip, you could use the same recipe of cheese sauce if you like. And you just want to make sure you do it low and slow. That really helps the flour to break down and you don't get a real grainy cheese sauce. Now, I'm just whisking this until it thickens. Once it thickens, then I'm able to add in 2 cups of shredded cheese, and I'm going to do a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Alright, so now I have my cheese sauce here all melted and ready to go. And I'm just going to pour it right over top of my potatoes. And it's lots of good cheese sauce. This is where I said it's super easy to make more or less or whatever you need to do depending on how much you're feeding. I did this for Christmas Eve dinner and I don't even know if I doubled because I didn't really even follow the recipe to the T. I just kind of do it and sprinkle things in. So I just kind of do it by eyeballing it so that I have enough cheese sauce and enough potatoes. Now I'm going to just mix them up right here in the pan. And at the beginning of this video, I said this is really easy to have as a side dish, or you could even make it into a complete meal. And how I'm doing it tonight is we have some pork steaks, and what I'll do is I will season them up. I'll sear them on both sides, and then I will go ahead and put them right on top of these potatoes and bake them with it. I'll probably start baking the potatoes first because they'll take longer than the pork. The other thing you can do is you can cook some ground beef and add it to it, or I've done brats and sliced them up and added them to it. So there is lots of options to make this a complete meal, or again, we do them a lot as just a side with a steak or some kind of beef is always best. So that is an easy way to make scalloped potatoes or au gratin potatoes. You can do them gluten-free, even if you don't need to be gluten-free, but they're much better here from scratch than they are boxed from the store, as always. So now that they're all mixed up, I'm going to put them in a 400-degree oven, and they take about an hour to an hour and a half. It just depends on how thin you got your potatoes. If you like a more thick potato, they're gonna take a little bit longer. So when you know they're done, they'll be nice and bubbled, and then you can stick a fork inside of them of the largest potato, and if it goes in with ease, then you know that they're done. You may have to watch them around 40 minutes, 35 to 40 minutes, and put foil over it in case the tops are getting nice and golden, but the potatoes aren't quite done yet. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video. I send out one new video every single week. Jump on over to the blog and put in your email address over there. That's where you'll find the printable recipes for all of these videos and just what's going on here on the homestead. I always send out an email a week over there. I hope this video is helpful. Go make yourself some au gratin potatoes and ditch the box stuff, and we'll see you next time. Take care.